From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your morning update.
Well, happy Monday morning to you. I'm Chief Meteorologist Mike Krueger, and you know, the weekend, as you know, was absolutely gorgeous. So what my wife and I did is we took the dog Nessie out to Mossbury Falls, tried to get Aiden to come out, but try getting a teenager to wake up early enough to go out for a hike. And there you can see, this is what he missed out on. Nessie, it's kind of fun, right? It looks like Nessie's enjoying the beautiful, and she might be, but I'm out on that rock. You can see, and what was really cool about Mossbury Falls yesterday for us is there were many times during our visit here that we had the place all to ourselves. There were not a lot of people out there, so we really got to enjoy it here. Mossbury Falls out at Siskiyou County, I highly recommend it. It's an absolutely gorgeous site. All right, let's take a look at our headlines. Basically, here's what's going on this week and into the weekend. Be prepared for wet weather starting Tuesday night. And really, it's going to be off and on rain here through the rest of the week and even this upcoming weekend. Now, snow is going to be fairly low at times, and this is going to create some problems with chain requirements, travel delays, the works. So be prepared for some of that heavier snow and what that will do for your travel impacts. Also, we can't rule out some thunderstorms, especially for your Wednesday and Thursday. This will include the mountains, this will include the coast, and even the valley could see that potential as well. So let's get you through your Krueger's Quickcast before we go into that deeper dive for your Monday, March 10th. And as you head out the door this morning, well, it's going to be a little chilly, especially in the higher elevations. We've got some clouds out there. That's because there's an area of low pressure to our south helping to kind of pump up some of those clouds from the south. But we are still dry this morning and will be dry today. This is that area of low pressure I was talking about. It's helping to bring in the clouds that we do have over Northern California today. Way off over here to the west is developing systems that will eventually bring us some more wet weather. But again, not until the next couple of days, right? So we take a look at your futurecast here for today. And yeah, I mean, we're talking mainly sunny skies, maybe some patchy fog developing along the coast, but otherwise we're dry and we're mild. Now, we do have some winter weather heading our way, and this is what I was talking about with those potential chain requirements. All of the areas in blue is where we have a winter storm watch. Basically, for the north and west, it's through the day on Wednesday. I will say to the west of the valley, and then of course everywhere off to the east, it's through Thursday. But I do anticipate that we're going to be looking at more advisories, watches, and warnings through this week. All right, so let's take a look at the Mount Shasta Ski Park. No new snow, obviously, in the last 24 hours, but we still have 92 inches out at the summit depth. It's starting off firm in the morning and then kind of the softer as you get exposed to the sun, kind of that more slushy type of snow, but still always good to get out there and do some skiing. There, of course, you can see through noon on Wednesday. This is only including Wednesday through noon. This is not including what we'll see here Wednesday afternoon, Thursday, Friday. We could pick up a couple more feet of snow just on Wednesday alone, if not more than that. So there you can see your forecast for today. Plenty of sunshine. Temperatures around 70, give or take, for the valley. For the mountains, we're talking 50s and 60s, and looks like in the mid to upper 50s for the coast. And for tonight, yeah, it's cooling off. Around 40 degrees, give or take, in the valley. 20s, 30s for the higher elevations, and looks like in the upper 30s to around 40 tonight for the coast. Looking at your 7-day outlook for the valley, dry today, tomorrow. Now, late tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, yes, maybe some prefrontal showers moving in, off and on rain. Again, this looks pretty ominous. It's not going to be raining the entire time. It'll be off and on rain. There will even be some breaks in those clouds eventually as well. But that's going to be the case here for the coast, inland, and for Trinity County. Snow levels 3,000 feet, lowering to 22,000 feet by Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So for Weaverville, Hayfork, yeah, I think you can see some snowflakes. We take a look at Mount Shasta, Alturas, and Susanville. Also, the off and on rain and snow here starting Wednesday and really as early as Tuesday night through this upcoming weekend and most likely even into early next week. All right, before we get to that deeper dive forecast, hey, you know there's a free Weather NorCal app. All you got to do is go to your app store, search for Weather NorCal. Make sure there's a space, by the way, between Weather NorCal. Sometimes I'll have people out there in public and I'll say, hey, search for Weather NorCal, and they don't put a space. So Weather Space NorCal, download for free. And I think you'll enjoy it. Just check it out. Check out what it all has to offer here. All right, so there you can see the area of low pressure down to our south. That's what's bringing in the clouds. There is some activity off over the Pacific that will eventually have an impact on our weather. Colder air, snow levels fairly low, and of course the wet weather. So let's take a look at futurecast here. Of course, as I mentioned today, we're looking at dry conditions, maybe some afternoon clouds developing for some of the higher elevations and even along the coast. Now, as we go through the day on Tuesday, dry through the day. Now, as the storm front, or as the cold front that is, approaches, sometimes we get what we call these prefrontal showers. So the cold front's right here, and you can see some of the showers beginning to develop by this afternoon. So yeah, don't be surprised if that happens, but I think most of it's going to arrive sometime around Tuesday night and into Wednesday morning. I've got snow levels 3,500 to 4,500 feet, so they'll start off fairly high, but I do expect them to lower, especially as they go into Wednesday afternoon. So Wednesday morning, there's that main cold front passing through. We're still seeing some of the snow, though, in advance of that, not to mention some of the rain in some of the lower elevations. Could get heavy. You could be looking at the potential for some thunderstorms at this point as well. And then, of course, as we get in the noon hour, we're just beginning to see that heavier rainfall approach. So again, this will all shift eastward, and I do expect the heaviest rainfall this week to most likely be on Wednesday, and then, of course, turning over to off and on showers here for the rest of the week. As mentioned, there is a winter storm watch for Wednesday, basically from north to west. This area here and off to the east is through Thursday. All right, so let's take a look at Futurecast, and you can see as we go into Wednesday, you see how it's not just widespread rain and snow the entire time, but it will be off and on here. Thursday, we take you into your Friday here as well. It is showing low snow levels, even maybe close to the valley floor. I don't see that happening just yet. That's something we'll certainly keep a close eye on. But we are looking at some fairly low snow levels, especially for this time of the year. There you can see maybe a bit of a break on Saturday afternoon and another round of some heavier rainfall coming in Sunday and possibly into Monday. And you can see there's more where that came from. That's Sunday, right? There's the rain, but this disturbance will kind of get caught up in that flow and bring us the potential for some more showers by next Monday. Now, are we looking at any major atmospheric rivers? No, it doesn't look like that's the case. Now, we do have a weak one right here that'll be a source of moisture that'll bring us that wet weather Wednesday and then some left over on Thursday. But as we go into Friday, Saturday, you can see these little plumes of moisture kind of hitting Northern California. And again, that's the source of moisture for the rain that we're going to see. But since we don't have any major atmospheric rivers moving through, we don't really anticipate much in the way of flooding as we see this rain kind of push on through. Now, with that all being said, the Climate Prediction Center is putting us in the wetter than normal category here, so looks like some decent rain heading our way. These are overall estimates. Don't take these to be exact because this is through this weekend, through Sunday. I mean, yeah, we're going to see some rain, and quite honestly, it may be a little bit more than that, but you can see on average about 2 to 3 inches of rain in the valley, a bit more than that for the coast as we'd expect, and as we'd expect also a little bit less to the north and east. Snow, I'm going to take you all the way through Friday, and these are some of the estimates that I put together myself. And I think where most of that snow will be is off into the northern Sierra and maybe even parts of the southern Cascades. I got about 4 to 8 inches in Mount Shasta City, 2 to 4 for Lakehead. So again, these are numbers that will be adjusted over time, but this just kind of gives you a general idea. Now you think about that through Friday, this is most likely going to have an impact on your mountain travel, even on I-5 north of Redding. Be aware of that, and that will also most likely impact some of your mountain travel on Highway 299 and Highway 36 west. So be aware of that as we go through the week and keep a close eye on the forecast if you are traveling in the mountains starting Wednesday through this upcoming weekend. Taking a look at the lake levels, looks like we're still in pretty good shape. We're still at 80% capacity at Shasta Lake and over 80% for Trinity Lake and Lake Oroville as well. And there you can see the cooler air that will be in place as well. It's been absolutely gorgeous the last few days. It will be the next couple of days, but cooler air is moving in place. That's the source for the lower snow levels too. Look at the 10-day trend for Redding. I mean, we're talking upper 60s to about 70 today and tomorrow. Big plummet in those temperatures. The normal high is about 65 for Redding. We're down to 49 on Friday. We will most likely stay below normal here through the middle of next week. So again, you get an idea, it's really quite a cooling trend here, much cooler, especially as we get into the middle of the week. The wave heights today shouldn't be that much of an issue, even as we go through the day on Tuesday as well. But by Wednesday, as that storm system approaches, those wave heights will probably start to increase. So your winds are going to be from the north at about 5 to 10 knots. There are no advisories, and there is your high and your low tide for the day today. All right, here's your Trinity County neighborhood forecast. Your temperatures will be in the low to mid 60s for your daytime highs today. We take you out to the north coast, down to central and southern Humboldt County. We've got 63 in Alder Point, 56 for Eureka. Across the board, the wet weather could be here as early as Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday evening, more like Tuesday night into Wednesday, though, is when the main event comes in, will be on Wednesday. Your Siskiyou County neighborhood forecast, temperatures in the 50s, even some 60s for your daytime highs today. Absolutely gorgeous weather again here for today, even for the mountains. Tule Lake about 59, 57 for Canby. El Tursa high today of about 60 degrees. Your Eastern Mountains neighborhood forecast, temperatures upper 50s, maybe some low 60s for those daytime highs. There you can see Paradise about 64, 62 for Greenville, and 61 degrees in Doyle. Your Valley neighborhood forecast brought to you by Walgamuth Painting. Look at that. Temperatures right around 70, give or take, for that daytime high. Looking at your 7-day outlook for Chico. Again, it looks pretty ominous, doesn't it? I mean, just cloudy and wet. Yeah, sure, it's going to be off and on chances for rain. And honestly, I think we're going to see some breaks in the clouds there as well, off and on through this week as well. But I think the heaviest rainfall so far looks to be Wednesday, and then again probably sometime around Saturday night and into Sunday. Let's take you up to the north. There you can see about 68 degrees for the city of Shasta Lake, 69 for Bella Vista, that is, 70 in Palo Cedro and Red Bluff. Let's take a look at that 7-day outlook for Redding. See how the temperatures are dropping. We're in the low to mid 50s by Wednesday, Thursday. Look at that. By Friday, we're down to 49 degrees, creeping back up in the mid to upper 50s by Saturday and Sunday. That is your morning update. I'll be back again at noon for your latest forecast. Have a great day.
Wind River Resort and Casino, we like to celebrate life's little moments. Oh, and the big ones too. Because around here, when you're completely in the moment, that's when the magic happens. Come in and find your moment at Wind River Resort and Casino.